Shogren. This is my breakthrough application for 2015. So today, class, we're going to learn about two-step equations. Now, an equation in math is just a sentence in math. And we have two steps to figure out what our variable is. I have our goal written up here. It's to find the value of the variable. A variable is just a letter in math. It's just something you want to find. It's unknown. And so what we're going to try to do in this first example is find what x is. The letter, the variable. Okay? So in two-step equations, you've got three steps. Number one, read the problem. Number two, make sure you understand all parts of the problem. And number three, you're going to do the opposite to both sides. This is the key step right here to two-step equations. Alright? So we're going to implement these three steps to our first example here. So we're going to read the problem, the equation, 4x plus 3 equals 15. Now we're going to understand what's going on here. 4 is being multiplied by x, added to 3 is being added to that, and then it's going to equal 15. So, two steps. First, we're going to see if we can add or subtract. So, we see we've got an adding 3 right here. So, what's the opposite of adding 3? Yeah.
Subtract.
Subtracting 3. So, we're going to subtract, do the opposite, to how many sides? Both sides. Awesome. So, we're going to get 4x equals, those cancel out, 12. Now, we're going to move to step 2, which is either multiplying or dividing. So, we're going to look here. We've got the 4 multiplied by the x, right? So, we're going to do the opposite, and we're going to divide. Well, we got to do it to both sides. So those cancel out, becomes a 1x, and then we get x equals 3. That's your answer. That's the value of the variable. So if you wanted to check your work, you could plug this back in to your original equation. See that 4 multiplied by 3, which is 12, added by another 3 is 15. So we know we got it right. Now we're going to do it to a second example here. It's a little different. We see that we're subtracting 3. And what do we got to do? We got to do the opposite. What's the opposite? Adding 3. So we're going to add 3 to both sides. That cancels out. Y over 4 equals 7. Notice I used a y in this example. You can use any letter you want as long as it's just a letter. It just represents your unknown in math. And here we're dividing, so instead we either multiply or divide. So we're dividing, we're going to multiply. That's going to cancel out. We're going to get y equals 7 times 4 is 28. And that's the answer to the second one. Alright, so in order to remember this, I kind of made up a little acronym. ASMD. All students must dance. Add, subtract, multiply, divide. It correlates with this. You can help yourselves remember this. So in step 1, you're either going to add or you're going to subtract. All students. And in the second step, you're either going to multiply or divide, must dance. So, for my third example, if you guys want to stand up for me, we're going to do a little rap song with this. So, I'm going to put one more example up. Ooh, it's a bad 6. There we go, 6 minus 7 equals. Alright, so, I'm going to say, in order to add 3, you guys are going to say, you got to subtract 3. We're going to kind of do a little rap to this, and you're going to be dancing. All students must dance. Alright, so kind of bob your heads. I'm going to say, in order to add 3,
You gotta subtract 3.
in order to add 3,
You gotta subtract 3.
in order to add 3,
You gotta subtract 3.
and to how many sides? Both sides. Wonderful. You can sit down. Anyone want to let me know what this means? At doing the second step, what do you got to do here? Yeah, go ahead. Divide. What do you got to divide?
By 6.
By 6. To both sides. Cancels out. X equals. What is x equals, Mary?
2.
2. Excellent. And that's your answer. So, when you're remembering in two-step equations, you either add or subtract first, and then you multiply or divide second. All students must dance. Thank you. We'll move on to our next topic.